tad deeper, all right? I just want to make a couple of remarks. First thing is a bit of information. If you guys want to plug in to the student organization on a statewide basis, there's a website called studentactivism.net. Studentactivism.net. I would encourage you to look at that. I think the first thing I want to say is that we are making history today. I've been involved with student activism since 1964, and I've never seen a coordinated statewide day of action like we are seeing today. So we should be very proud of ourselves. I think the other thing that's important is this day started in Northern California based on events that happened at UC Berkeley on September 24th. And what has happened, it has become a national day of action to protest the cuts, not only against education in California, but the cuts that are happening in every state in the country. So we are now part of a national movement. But what's also happened, March 4th has become an international day of protest. There are countries all over the world where students, faculty, and their colleagues are doing exactly what we're doing now. And the point is, our voices will be heard, not just locally, not just in the nation, but also globally. What this protest is about is not just about restoring cuts. What this protest is about is making education free and accessible to everyone that needs public education in the state of California. The protest is also about the future, because we can't go about doing things the way we've done the last 35 years. We have to plan for a new future, and the only way that can be done is allowing education to be open for all the genius that we have in this state can give our ideas, or your ideas, to that system and to the society as a whole. The other thing I want to say is just to give you some idea of what is the reason for this crisis. For those who have been in my classes, we've been talking about this, and I think you already know it. But I think for those who aren't quite clear as to how we got here, I think there are three interrelated things that you should be aware of. One, the cause of this is related to the chronic budget crisis that California has faced in the last 40 years. In January of 1967, as a graduate student at Cal State Chico, I attended a protest at Sacramento that felt just like this protest, because that was the first time the state legislature and Governor Reagan proposed increased costs for tuition at the state colleges. In that 43-year period, I've seen tuition increase from $47.50 a semester at the state college, from $7.50 at the community college, to over $4,000 at the state college, and now some $26 a unit. And as Pat said, they're talking about increasing that as well. So this is a long-term problem. And the root of the problem is related to revenue generation. There is enough money. California is the the 8th largest economy in the entire world. The money is there. But the problem is we have a regressive tax structure where the rich basically don't pay taxes. We have a system where the legislative process is hamstrung based on the 2/3 requirement, based on term limits, etc. So the issue is not just restoring cuts. The issue has to deal with making the process equitable and to find new ways of redistributing the revenues that exist in the society. In conclusion, I'd like to say a couple things. One, that what we have to do is not just protest here, but we have to link up with every force that's in the state of California, not just students, but other public employee union workers. If you looked at the headlines on the Chronicle a couple days ago, they're laying off 15,000 workers in the city of San Francisco. They are your allies as well, and you have to work with them. I guess I'm going to run. It's time. It's enough. It's enough. I've been told I talk too much. Two other things. One is what I think is very, very, very important is to not just call for the restoration of the cuts, because if you just do that, and they do respond, and I'm talking about the governor and the state legislature, what they're going to do is they're going to take money from other sectors that deserve money as well. So again, what we need to push for is not just the restoration of cuts, but a fair, equitable distribution of the resources that exist, including an equitable progressive tax structure. The other thing what we need to do is to develop a political program, a political platform where we bring together all of the forces in the state that are being affected, students, public workers, and the recipients of public services as well, the disabled, the homeless, et cetera, because they're being victimized by these cuts as well, and we must recognize that. I think the final point I'm going to make is to recognize, again, that today is not the end of the protest. This is the beginning of a historical movement to try to change the nature of our society, to make it equitable and fair, to provide opportunities for everybody in the society and not the rich. Thank you.